Hey everybody, this is Variant Edition live for a very quick show because I'm working off data. The internet's not working. And I've got some data left, but live stream video. Yeah. Let's see how long that lasts. So, very quickly, I want to go over a couple things right off the top. I do want to talk about pulp now, somewhat relevant to our times today. Next week is the US election. Why would that be relevant? Well, this book is absolutely amazing, and I want to describe it for you using the back here. Max Winter used to have a different name and a different life a long time ago. Now, in 1930s New York, Max survives by writing thinly disguised tales of the man he used to be for pulp magazines. Tales of a forgotten frontier and a Wild West outlaw dispensing justice with a six gun. But his life begins to crumble, and he watches the world move to the brink of war, with Nazis marching across Europe and in the streets of New York City. Max finds himself thinking like an outlaw again, and once he starts on that path, there'd be no way back. So, this book here does take place, you know, pre full on World War II, during World War II, and features a Nazi rally in Madison Square Garden. Don't know why that might be of portent right now, or just sort of like the ideas that were floating around. When Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips had this book come out, they're like, "Oh, that didn't really happen. That's a fiction that you're doing." No, there was flyers, there was everything. There was a big Nazi rally in Madison Square Garden. And honestly, it's not a full on quote unquote Nazi rally that happened fairly recently, but y'all should kind of look into a lot of the things that were said at this rally that Trump recently held. So if you're ever wondering about the store's stance on a lot of these things, well, that would kind of say a little something. Um, this is another past favorite. Got some back in the store. Dead Dog's Bite. This is a wonderful, really weird kind of like. Um, I was gonna say Stranger Things, but it's not. It's Twin Peaks, Brandon. Twin Peaks style comic storytelling thing. I love it. Talk to me about it later. Saga's doing a nice, affordable, smaller format. That's really cool. Jessica Farm takes too long to explain. Scooby Doo's Greatest Adventures. This is a big old collection of Scooby Doo stuff for $20. The kids, honestly, these days, I cannot quite explain it because I think it's in a past tense. Like Scooby Doo, still killing it. Um, the kids love it. Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing. This is by regular series creator G. Willow Wilson, who is a co-creator of Ms. Marvel and has been doing some amazing things with I Hear You, Baby. Uh, with Poison Ivy. Uh, a new Hyde Street is coming out. Jeff Johns and the folks doing some spooky tales. Hyde Street is your sort of like spooky area of some Jeff Johns stories. I know Jeff Johns is like really huge for a lot of folks, and I just wanted to communicate that there's a little extra piece there for you. Sectars, based off of cartoons from Yonder in 80s, 90s. Folks have been really asking about that. Kit's going nuts at the door if you're hearing all the jingles and whatnot. Yeah, it's what's happening, Sean. Can I put this up? Going through it, kid. We called them Giants, an original graphic novel by Die Comics team, Kieran Gillen and Stephanie Hans. Amazing artwork, amazing storytelling. We have signed copies that a lot of places will not have because, we're kind of the best. Um, Seriously, find me other stores in the city that have a lot of signed copies of stuff like we do. Look, it's a Squisherman. I will explain on social media what that story is about. I'm really kind of trying to blow through all the stuff here. Come find me a new one shot from this distillery people. Um I kind of mathed out distillery because a lot of people are like, oh, it's fairly expensive, but for the price of for the less than the price of two comics, you get more than two comics. Oversized format, spot glass, amazing stories. Come find me is Becky Cloonan's blah kind of like forest horror anthology that she's putting out this year for Halloween. And finally, look at this bad boy. Oh my goodness. DC versus Marvel. This is the classics version of this omnibus. You will not really see this in print for a long time, if it remains in print even past this week, because Marvel and DC do not play nice, because they're owned by two very large corporate overlords who don't play nice. This collection collects most of sort of like any pre 90s era crossover stories, and these have been out of print since pretty much they've been in print in the first time. So uh, this one omnibus, a big boy, it is $200. If you're a file customer, talk to me, you get a little bit of a discount. But you're not going to see these again in this format, in this collection, because these are always one-time deals that happen. So kind of what we're getting is what we're getting. All right. Thank you all so much for being around. I guess I can do a show like this in about 6 minutes, but it doesn't really sell anything. It just kind of tells you about what's happening. Thank you. You're all the best. Say bye, Squish.